to recruiting a little bit too, just again with the wide receiving core. Look, Jeremiah Smith's the big one. I think why that name keeps getting brought up too, because he was tweeting at DJ. So it was almost like he brought himself into the conversation more than us bringing him into the conversation. And then he was coming to visit. And now it's like, yeah, I don't really care. It's like, well, why are you playing with us? You know what I mean? And look, it would be great to get him. It would be awesome to land, because at one time, right, it was like DJ, top number one ranked quarterback, and however you want to look at it. Jeremiah Smith and Jarrett Gibson. It's like, my goodness, could this be the three-headed monster that Billy just says, "I'm back, bitches," right? And now that's kind of starting to fall apart, not in a negative way, right? But it was this, again, sometimes stars and numbers you can get a little blinded by that. But from what our wide receivers are doing thus far in training camp, I'm not too concerned with, the guys that they're able to go after. I mean, Eugene Wilson's an absolute beast. That's somebody that you talk about all the time. Andy Jean, from what we've been hearing in spring practice, is hooping. So I think I trust our team, our coach's ability to recruit wide receivers. I wouldn't consider it that big of a miss. For, your average fan, it sounds good to get a 5-star and the number one wide receiver, but I don't think we should hang our heads too low if he's not to choose Florida either.
Yeah, I mean, and I get tired of saying this sometimes, but you're gonna have obviously 5-star. Everybody wants a 5-star. Everybody wants the top 100 prospect. Everyone wants the top 50 prospect. Your board is not the coach's board, and I know people get tired about hearing, oh well, I can go recruit a 3-star from Florida and turn him into a 5-star from Alabama or what have you, or that whole cliche of, your board's not the coach's board. They can evaluate talent better than you. And while that's true, I get that fans get tired of, hey, let's take the 3-star and develop them instead of working hard to go get the 5-star. But I will say this, and I've seen this on the timeline a lot, especially today when we saw those 4 crystal balls come in for 4 different players. I don't think any of them were ranked inside the top 300 or whatever, and people were complaining, oh, we're back to this crap. I will say this, I will say this, at this time last year, Jakeem Jackson had 8 offers. Not one of them was from, I think 2 were from a Power 5 school.
Okay.
Florida offered him in May, and guess where he ended in the rankings this year? Number 55 in the country.
Yep.
So I like I said, I get tired of saying it, but
these rankings
really
are going to adjust.
Do those people on the timeline really think they're better talent evaluators than Corey Raymond or Billy Napier?
It's so early in the cycle.
Yes, I do.
Too.
Yes, I do.
Like you said, David, it's super early in the cycle. We're talking about, like I said, Jakeem Jackson had 8 offers. Today's March 8th. I think I went back before we jumped on tonight, and he had 8 offers. He picked up numbers 9, 10, and 11 within the next 3 or 4 days of last year. Florida didn't offer him until May. So there's a lot of time for, and at that time he was a mid-level 3-star that had really only played wide receiver, just moved over to cornerback. Corey Raymond did the evaluation, offered him as a cornerback, and the rest is history. But yeah, there's still a lot of time left. You'll have guys that are mid-level 3-stars that end up being top 100 prospects before the year's over. Now, are the 5-stars typically going to remain 5-stars from this point to the end of the year? I'd say a vast majority of them, yes, because they've been ranked or they've been scouted since they were freshmen and sophomores. But those guys that are making position changes, those guys that are kind of late to the party, blooming, another example would be Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs was a top 100 prospect by the end of his cycle. He was a mid-level 3-star until, I think, week 10 of his senior season.
I love that you
there's a long way to go.
Yeah, I love that
I will say this, too. Let me say this. Isaiah Bond was one of those guys that was ranked in the 500s or 600s, I believe, in February or March of 2 years ago, that Dan Mullen's last year as the head coach. And I looked at his profile. I saw how fast he was, and I was like, dude, there's no way that this kid's going to be a 3-star by the end of the cycle. He's too fast. He's too athletic.
And he ended
winds up being the number 1 athlete in the class.
I mean, Chauncey Bowens is backing that up as well. I mean, when Chauncey Bowens originally committed, we were excited, right? 4-star running back. But now it's almost like we don't get the excitement because he's getting poached, trying to get poached now by Georgia and Alabama. So it doesn't feel like, oh, he picked us over Bama and Georgia, but it's like, I mean, if we're hanging on to him while these guys are flying private helicopters to his high school, that's huge. I think it shows respect.
It's that typical bird in the hand situation where you'd rather have the kid committed and make somebody try and flip him than slow play the kid, wait until somebody else offers him, then push for him, and then then they can tell you no and go to somebody like Georgia, Alabama, or what have you.